MindBuilding, o canal com os cortes mais importantes do seu dia, dos maiores conteúdos fitness nacionais. Já curte o vídeo, se inscreve e não esquece de ativar as notificações. Então senta aí e aproveita.
From Hans, he says, can I start bulking even with 20% body fat and I don't have abs? No. So I'm a firm believer in if your body fat is that high and you have abdominal, your body fat in your abdomen is, basically covered, your belly button's holding, a couple of thimbles with the water,
that's the measurement tool.
Half a cup of water, when you
everybody's
take a shower.
quickly running to their wherever to get a thimble right now and measure out.
Yeah. A thimble's kind of small. I'd go half a cup, quarter cup. And you take a shower and you go to dry off your legs and half a cup of water falls out of your belly button. No, there's no reason to bulk because what's going to end up happening if your body fat is too high, you're going to accumulate even more body fat. So the key is when your body fat is that high is to actually try to get some outlines of abs, bring your body fat down, or if you tend to put on a lot of body fat around your lower back, get those love handles down, or if you put it around your glutes or your legs, whether it's male, female, some people are built a little bit more like a pear. You want to really, pardon the pun, pare it down. You want to bring it down. So what happens is your body's effectiveness of building muscle goes way up. Because now your body's ability to absorb the carbohydrates, the foods, and everything go way, way up when your body is in an optimal stage. The higher your body fat is, it's just very ineffective and very inefficient at being able to really increase the nutrient uptake.
Got it.
So what you want to do is you want to get into that sweet spot. So, and for me, every person's a bit different, but I'm going to go ahead and use an example. Let's say it's Hadi. Right? Hadi always stays so lean because he trains and he eats and he eats and eats and eats and eats. And so he doesn't blow up. He's always in really good shape. There's some remnants of glutes all the time, but that's also a blessing and a curse because he trains so hard. He needs a lot of food to stay on top of it. So again, that's the extreme other example. But then when Phil was coming up in the very beginning stages, sometimes in the off season, he would get really soft. And then it was like, okay, it doesn't matter if you're going from 270, 275, or if you go up, somebody else, like even a Jay, if he goes from if he was at 290 or 275 or 285 to 290, depending on where he was in his career, you look at him and you'd say, okay, well, you get diminished returns when you get too heavy because all you're doing is you're more likely to put on more body fat and you're putting less muscle on. But when you're in that really key phase of, every person's different, but let's just say the sweet spot's in the low teens, or let's say it's like 10% or 12%, that you get into a certain sweet spot and your body's ability to put on more muscle and less body fat is dramatically increased.
So it's just finding that perfect balance right there.
It is. It's knowing where your body is able to recover at a higher rate and you're not putting on just a ton of just extra weight that literally weighs you down.
Yeah, because a lot of people kind of, I'm sure you've seen it. It's very prominent now. It's very much the hard bulk. If you're like, oh, the cut's going to be crazy because they see that, their traps and their shoulders and everything maybe fill out a bit, but they're holding so much weight that, the diminishing return's got to be also when you have to cut all of that weight. You have to drop so much. Yeah,
that's not what you want to do because it's just too much. And that's where we've talked about it over and over again. You don't want to try to have to lose a ton of weight because you're never going to get shredded that way. You got to be in closer striking distance if you really want to make the best decision on how to get in your best condition ever, be in the best shape ever when you start your diet.
So drop the weight first.
Drop as much as you can within reason.
Yeah.
And then make sure then from there, you have a really good 12 to 16 week stretch goal.
Awesome.